Welcome back to Dr. Supercoach. In this video, I'll be discussing the Herald Sun Optimiser team and how it's progressing so far, coming right up. Hey, what's up? It's JB from Dr. Supercoach, and if this is your first appointment here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming updates. Today's episode is focused on the Herald Sun Optimiser team. If you haven't seen episode 1, go and check that out below. Essentially what I did is I got Herald Sun to pick my entire team for me, and now they're going to guide me with their trade recommendations and etc. They're going to essentially put the players on field that they choose should be on field with their projected score system, and we're going to see how it ranks. So as you can see here on the screen straight away, I did my my week 1 team for round 1. It scored 1835, somehow not that far away from my main team, and ranked 96k in the entire competition. So at that point, we had to make trades. So last week, I optimized my trades. I did 2 of them. It kicked Flanders and I'm not sure why we started Darcy, but it kicked Flanders and Darcy from the Western Bulldogs out of the team and replaced them with McKenna and Jason Horne-Francis. Not the worst trades, to be honest. As far as optimized trades go, I've seen some much dodgier recommendations from Supercoach. So these ones actually not that bad. Did it help the team? Absolutely not. 1826 this week, very strangely consistent between the 2 weeks for an average of 1831. The round positioning was 130k. We've dropped to 120k. I don't know if there are many more players that even play the game, so we might be scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So let's go have a look at the team. So this week we had captain Zach Merritt, who actually scored not too bad. Vice captain Patrick Cripps. Now, the thing that I noticed the most is, first of all, Constable is never projected to score more than like 5 or 6 points. He's up to 28 this week, which is huge. So he will get on the field when we optimize shortly. We also have a couple of donuts in defense, which is concerning to say the least. Will Day bounced back this week, but Doherty and Hayden Young sort of proved that their first week was a flash in the pan. 101 break even for Hayden Young, so he's not even going to make us money really. Luckily, we do have Dacos. I pray that the optimizer doesn't suggest we trade out Dacos because he is carrying the team right now. The midfield, it is a bit grim, but Tom Mitchell, 115.5 average. Who would have guessed it? Tim Taranto also in the midfield, as well as Shea Bolton and Jason Horne-Francis and Humphrey and Philippou, who are all forward eligible players. We've only got 3 real midfielders in here. Obviously, Supercoach has seen something that the rest of us haven't by loading up on the forwards. We also got a 2 from Hewitt here to replace Humphrey, who didn't play. So that was huge that Hewitt got named and came on as sub. Radagalia not quite cutting the mustard there with a 31, averaging 43. And then the forward line, inconsistent from the Port Boys so far. Luke Jackson has strangely been consistent, which is consistently bad. And then we got Bruin and Allen, who's actually, he's producing. He's going all right. No Sam Sturt yet to start the season. So what do our trade assists have for us here? So if we make the 1 trade, then we're going Horne-Francis out and Setterfield in. Now, I think that is quite a positive move. I think that's actually a decent recommended trade by Herald Sun, or Supercoach in general. Sorry, there's more than one news agency involved in Supercoach. And then if we make the 2 trades, we have Horne-Francis to Setterfield and Cripps to LDU. That seems a little bit sidewaysy, but LDU undeniably performing better than Patrick Cripps so far. That leaves us 71k in the bank. So I'm curious here now. So if we boost, if we boost and then trade assist again and make 3 trades, we got Horne-Francis, Bolton and Allen out for Setterfield, LDU and Chandler. Now, I was going to leave this up to the comment section, but I don't know about you, but this seems like I should be making an executive decision here and popping the trade boost. A lot of people, I would say 90% of competitive Supercoach players are probably going to find a way to trade boost either this week or they did last week. So I think we follow suit there and we go with the trade boost as well. This definitely make the team a little bit more interesting. Oscar Allen to Chandler seems a little bit sideways here, especially when we've got Bruin still taking up real estate in the forward 50 there. But that's what SuperCoach has suggested that I do. Bolton to LDU is very positive, whereas Horn-Francis to Setterfield also very positive. So I'm going to hit trade as we see them all lined up there. That gives us a little bit of money in the bank, not much. Let's see how we're looking now. So projected score of 1857, which is still going to be consistent with what we get, with what we have been getting. But if we do hit this optimize button, we might have a different captaincy option and constable on field. Your team has been optimized. Thank you. So constable does come on field. 1888 is our new projected. We've got Connor Rosie into LDU as the captain, vice captain loophole, which we won't be popping because this is not an optimized move by the SuperCoach. LDU projected 124. Connor Rosie's second best in the team with 113. Not ideal. But at least we're getting more midfielders in the midfield. So I think this Radaglia... I wonder what SuperCoach are going to do with this Radaglia issue here, because he is not performing. We've got Luke Jackson. I wonder if they're going to get Luke Jackson... If they're going to optimize Luke Jackson into the ruckman eventually and try to trade him or sideways him. A good optimized trade would be Luke Jackson to Darcy Cameron and then Radaglia instead of Oscar Allen down. But I'm not the expert here, SuperCoacher. So very interesting setup here. So Will Day, the 98 this week, did bounce back, had a lot more CBAs, so I'm confident of that. Essentially, the issue is our cash generation is between Will Day, McKenna Constable, Philippou. By the way, Hewitt's lost the emergency. He's gone to Blakely. So we're likely getting a donut in here as well. Setterfield is going to give us some cash. Radaglia is not. Chandler will now. Davey maybe some minimal cash, but players are just losing cash left, right, and centre. What's Luke Jackson's break even? 146 break even at the price of 465k. So he's going to be very, very cheap soon. We ideally want a couple of these lads to play, or for SuperCoach to suggest for us to trade them out would be also ideal. Hayden Young 50. So who are the matchups this week? Do we have any? I like Tom Mitchell against Richmond. I just wonder if it's gonna. What do we think in the comments below? Is this going to outscore the consistent scores that we've been putting up so far? So we've got an 1835 followed by an 1826. Will this be the highest scoring iteration of this team, knowing we likely have a donut, but we had a 2 in that last week and a donut the week before. But it should only be the 1. It looks like everyone else here is fairly secure, so it should only be the 1 donut. Luckily, we don't have Nathan Broad optimized. Yeah, so I think this is where we're going to leave that. So that's going to do it for this video. The question of the day, put down in the comments section below. I did ask it earlier. Is this team going to finally outscore the 1800 mark? Are we going to see a 1900 plus score from the side this week? I think a lot of that is going to depend on captain LDU. If you did enjoy, please make sure you check out our other videos below. Follow our links to our Patreon and merch store if you're interested. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.